You better think twice before you retire to Florida. I'm telling you, man, it's only a matter of getting out of the shade here a little bit. There. Oh, yeah, much better. But I don't have my cow behind me. All right, let me see. There you go. Okay. All right, so I've been worried about this for a while. And we're going to read an article from the Wall Street Journal. I remember USAA did not insure properties in Florida unless you were, I can't remember what it was. And I don't know how that's changed. I just can't recall, because what happened was they had this Citizens Property Insurance Company, which was like the government-sponsored entity that provided insurance, kind of like a last resort plan for Florida. This is like many years ago. Like USAA wouldn't insure in Delaware, some other places that were notorious for being historical with hurricanes and whatnot. And I tell you, Matt, I hadn't heard much about insurance in Florida. And then I said, this is a big deal. I'm surprised this isn't getting more looks on YouTube and other things about retiring to Florida, because the home insurance is tight. So I came across this article in the Wall Street Journal just yesterday, or is it today? Just yesterday, okay. Insurance costs threaten Florida real estate booms. In the most expensive state for home insurance, carriers seek to curb litigation, limit payouts on roof claims. So it's more than that. Florida's, well, let's go right here. So we got this guy, and it's nice. That's not a good look there, big guy. Yeah, we don't need to see it all tight there. The policy on Eric Firestone's home in the Miami area was not renewed last year. Probably because your pants are so tight that it's reducing the flow of what needs to flow down low, if you know what I'm saying. Florida's property insurance market is in trouble as mounting carrier losses and rising premiums threaten the state's booming real estate market. Longtime homeowners are getting socked with double-digit rate increases or notices that their policies won't be renewed. Out-of-state homebuyers who have flocked to Florida are experiencing sticker shock. Insurers that are swimming in red ink are cutting back coverage in certain geographic areas. Various factors are at play. 2 hurricanes slammed the state, Irma's 2017 and Michael in 2018, and generated claims with an estimated cost of $30 billion. The cost of reinsurance, which insurers take out to cover some of the risks of the policy they sell, is swelling. A particular concern are excessive litigation and over insurance claims and a proliferation of what insurers see as sham roof-related claims. A large group of Florida homeowners insurance tracked by Marsh McClellan business had $1.58 billion in losses in 2020 and double the amount of losses they had in 2019. So they had huge losses, insurers did. The industry is panicking because it's losing so much, says Chief Executive of Citizens Property Insurance Group, a state-backed insurer of last resort that is growing rapidly as private sector insurers retrench. Barring changes, rates will continue to skyrocket and will absolutely have an impact on the real estate market. Eric Firestone, tighty-whitey there, a 37-year-old teacher who lives with his wife in Miami, received a letter from the insurance company in February saying their policy wouldn't be renewed. When their insurance agent shopped for an alternative, the cheapest one she could find was $9,600 annual premium, an 85% increase over their most recent premium. Where am I going to get the extra $4,000? He says. Florida is the most expensive state in the U.S. for home insurance. Residents are projected to pay on average $2,380 in premiums, and this year a 21% increase over the last, according to estimates by the Insurance Information Institute. Let's see. By contrast, the average American homeowner is expected to pay about $1,300. Out of 105 rate increases for multi-peril homeowners policies approved by the Florida Office of Insurance Regulation, more than half exceeded 10%. Wow. We have an insurance. Look at this. So what's this about? So we got a guy putting roof on the house. Claims for roof repairs are a sore point for insurers. Florida lawmakers are considering bills that supporters say would help curb premium increases. Among the provisions of a Senate measure backed by the insurance industry and passed by the Republican-led chamber are limits on attorney fees and roof coverage that proponents say would reduce incentives for frivolous lawsuits and claims. A measure in the GOP House that industry representatives considered weaker is expected to come up for vote in the next few days. Lawmakers, Many Democrats and plaintiff lawyers oppose the bills. No difference between the two, the same thing. Opponents say the insurance industry is exaggerating the role of fraud in the deteriorating finances and playing down the significance of losses from natural disasters. While Florida made up 8% of all homeowner insurance claims in 2019, it accounted for 76% of homeowners insurance lawsuits. A survey by the Office of Florida Insurance representing about 60% of market showed they received 90,950 roof claims in 2020, up from 56,000 in 2019. Questionable claims often involve alleged roof damage from hail or wind that the carriers, adjusters, and engineers conclude was due to normal wear and tear, which is not insured. In Florida, as in other states, policies with disputed claims can sue their insurers. Let me help you get a new roof through insurance, read one door hanger that Mr. Somebody shared with his lawmakers. All right. I'm not sure who this guy is. A member of the, I'm not sure. Alexander Barr outside his house in Davie, Florida. He faces a premium increase of 63%. Got to cut that hair, big guy, and get a better haircut, and the premium increases will go down. Mandy Wells, a real estate agent in Cape Coral, met with a representative of roofing company Marlin Construction in 2019. The representative guided her on filing a claim, said she get a new roof. She signed an agreement authorizing Marlin to receive payment directly from the insurer. But Ms. Wells said Marlin, which had generated numerous complaints to the Better Business Bureau, never performed any work and broke off contract when she refused to sign additional documents. A Marlin attorney said Ms. Wells cut off Marlin after receiving an insurance payment, and the parties are now locked in litigation. He said complaints against Marlin are mostly tied to that one employee. Yeah, sure. Though Florida's real estate market remains strong, spiraling insurance premiums could hobble it, real estate agents say. Ricardo Calina, a former Wisconsin resident who closed on a home in Winter Garden near Orlando, said he was upset to learn he and his wife would pay roughly 25% more in homeowners insurance, even though the 4,500 square foot property is 500 feet smaller than the Wisconsin residents. Well, I mean, dude, because Florida's more risky. It's frustrating we were paying more for less. Well, did you not know that when you went down there, big guy? You're going to pay a hell of a lot less for heating, too, by the way. And it's more risky in Florida than in Wisconsin. This isn't rocket science, my friends. Meanwhile, in Davie, Alexander Barr, we talked about him. I can only imagine what's going to happen next year, he says. Single-family homes in Florida's real estate market has drawn buyers during the pandemic. There's drawn buyers because it's the only place it could be free. Let's see what some of these people say, other than Georgia, but no one gives Georgia credit because Stacey Abrams, our governor. Remember when they say Trump can't say he won, but yet somehow the same people are saying it's okay for Stacey Abrams to say that. Commercial property insurance is going drastically in the Northeast, and homeowners insurance won't be far behind, says some guy. Right or wrong, insurance companies believe weather patterns are changing and consider lower New York State to be windstorm prone. Why is this anecdote in there? He goes from a state where a few hurricanes to one with lots, and that is his complaint. Yep, he's just whining, apparently completely out of touch with reality. I completely agree. Talk about Ricardo Calina. I've lived in Florida for 20 years and love it. I can tell you the roofing and attorney scams are real, and I have to pay for them. Yep. Why do the insurance companies pay out the roof scams? They can't tell the difference? Exactly. Yeah, right. Let's see. I understand his frustration, but let's face it, hurricane season is fairly brief in Wisconsin. Exactly. He was upset to learn that he was paid more. You didn't know that when he moved down there? Okay. I cannot be certain, but it appears that the car on the right side of the photo is newish. Sell the overpriced car, buy a solid 4 to 5 year old Honda, and you could probably afford a few more years of extra insurance costs. Let's see. Oh, talk about this guy right here. Skinny jeans. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, they probably should have put the car in there, though. He's probably got a big fat house, though. I mean, I'm sorry. If you got a $9,600 for a home insurance, I mean, come on, man. What kind of house is this guy living in? That doesn't look like chump change there, man. Yeah. We could look him up. I don't feel like it because, actually, hold on just a second. Well, this is weird. So I just looked at Eric Firestone, and that's him. Eric Firestone, Realtor Associate. I don't know what all those stand for. Bring your home search to a cadence. And, I mean, where am I going to get the extra $4,000? This is odd to me. One sec. Excuse me, coronavirus. I didn't pause it. Forgot to pause it. Yeah, that's weird, man. So that's odd to me. They could sell a house. He's got some listings here. Yeah, I don't know, man. Eric is wonderful. Realtor associate. That's just odd to me. No, like I'm not trying to bash the guy. Just like $10,000 for home insurance seems awful pricey to me. Hold on a sec. As may, if Eric Firestone is a realtor, he's probably driving a fancy schmancy car, like that guy was saying in the Wall Street Journal comments. Sell the car and drive something older, and you got your $4,000. $10,000 a year for property insurance, it seems pretty high, man. I'm going to tell you, you're not insuring a $100,000 home. And look, I'm not here to blame anybody for it. I'm not saying, oh, it just is, oh, how dare you, but it seems odd to me. And then we got haircut guy there, so it just seems weird too. So let's keep looking at some more of these comments. So everyone's upset with Ricardo Kalina because he's like, how did I? Oh, there goes Finney. And next. Next year, sell the used Honda since Joe and Kamala she'll have solved all our climate problems by now. Yep. Also, if you're down to your last $4,000, perhaps you shouldn't buy a house. Yeah. Meanwhile, prominent Florida Republicans still believe climate change is a hoax. I don't think anyone ever says a hoax. Because the climate changes all the time. Right here. A former Wisconsin resident probably makes up more than the extra insurance cost by not have to pay for 6 months of heat. No income tax, by the way. The property tax is going to be significantly lower, too. The same thing going on with fire insurance in California. Although people aren't exactly running to California anymore, fire insurance on a home in Santa Barbara will run you about $30,000 on a 1.5 million house, which is tiny for that area. Whoa. According to Universal Property Insurance, if you want to stay as safe as possible from hurricanes but still want to reap the benefit of being afforded, say, oh no, we got a Bumblebee here. Get out of here, Bumblebee. You know what I was doing that video. Being inland Florida near the northern border of Georgia, the best place to live, the least hurricane-prone area. All right, this is a self-solving problem. Take a look at projected maps of Florida 50 years from now. Most of South Florida will be underwater. Oh boy. People actually think that. All right, so I gotta look at this. Hold on a second, because it's just stupid. All right. Yep, and Ohio will be soon a new Myrtle Beach, saving Midwesterners a lot of time and money. All right, so fraud is an enormous part of the price increases. Yep, exactly. We got fraud at USA. People losing their wedding rings and trying to get a new one. All right. At some point, my hope is that people realize some areas are not meant to be lived by humans, like many coastal areas of many deserts. Obviously, it can be done, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. All right, so let's see a Florida map 50 years from now. All right. Oh, these people are so flippin' stupid. Sea level rise in Florida, 2075 to 2100. Much of Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral are under the sea. In Jacksonville, Everbank Field will be wet. The historical heart of St. Augustine is lost. The southern half of Broward County is lost. Just over the line in Miami-Dade, Hard Rock Stadium is wet. Miami International Airport are inundated. All right, so you know how much the sea levels rise, my friends? 1 millimeter a year. Size of a nickel. Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys. Love to hear your thoughts.